Hi everyone, this is Melissa Roberto. I've been getting requests for holiday designs, so I came up with this Santa bracelet. As with my previous designs, if you're one of my patients and you make this bracelet, just post a photo of it on Rockaway Orthodontics Facebook page, or email a photo to info, I-N-F-O, at rockawayortho.com to earn a bonus reward point for the month. Right, you're going to need 2 looms for this. You're going to set the looms up with the 1st, 3rd, and 5th pins staggered down and the 2nd and the 4th staggered up. This example uses double bands for the eyes, the beard, and the hat. It can be a little difficult to learn this that way, so for purposes of this video I'm going to use single bands in the beard, but we'll still use the double bands for the eyes and the hat. I also use a jingle bell. If you don't have a jingle bell, that's fine. You can just use the white bands and you'll still have a little white end to your hat. You're going to need some red bands, some white bands, some pink, some black, and a flesh tone of some sort. I have an unfair advantage because I'm an orthodontist, so I was able to use some bands that we would use for braces. However, you can use clear bands, or you can use yellow or orange, or even a pink. I would suggest though that if you use the pink for the face, that you would use a red for the mouth then. Okay, so here we go. We're going to start at the bottom here. You're going to use 2 white bands to the left to frame your bracelet. Now we're going to move up with 4 white bands. Three of whatever flesh tone that you're using, whether it's the yellow, the orange, if you manage to find the clear bands. A double white now for the hat. And now we're going to cross over to the right, again with a double white for the hat. So you've crossed over to this second row. Now we're going to cross back again with the red. And another red up. And 2 red bands over. To finish this frame. So we started at the bottom, we had 2 white bands, 4 going up, 3 of your flesh tone, a double white for the hat going up, a double white moving in, and then zigzagging back out with a red, up and then over 2. Now we're going to go to the other side. Again, the bottom is going to be very much the same. You're going to start with 2 white bands to the right, move up 4, then you're going to move to your flesh tone color and use 3 of those. Now we're at the hat, so you're going to use a double white. Straight up, another double white crossing in and to the left, 1 red moving up, another red crossing over and down. So it goes red up, then red over and down. Now we're going to use the white here. I'm going to use 2 of them, but I'm going to use my jingle bell. I've placed actually let me show you what I did. I placed a band right through it, and now I'm placing that band on the loom. So I put a white band underneath first, then the band that contains the bell, and now we cross over to finish with the red. Remember, if you don't have a bell, that's fine. You'll still have a white end on your hat. Okay, so this is a bit unusual. Pay attention. We went up 2 with the white, then 4 white, 3 of your flesh tone, a double white for the hat, crossed to the left with a double white, moved up with the red, back down and over to the right with the red. Then we have our 2 white bands, one with a bell if you'd like, or even a pony bead would be good, and 2 reds over to finish the frame. Now we're going to move over to the second row. We're going to move up with 3 bands that are white, one pink for the mouth, another white, another flesh tone, and now we're getting to the eye. So we're going to use 2 white bands here together, and then I'm going to overlay that with a black band and twist it for the center of the eye. And now another flesh tone, and we're going to finish this with a double white band. So I'm going to repeat what I just did. Oh, we need to finish the hat as well. So up 2 more, 2 reds. Okay, so starting at the bottom of this row, we went up 3 white, 1 pink, 1 white, flesh tone. We have 2 white bands here, and then we twisted a black over it, another flesh tone, a double white, 2 reds. You're going to repeat that same thing over in this row. Copy exactly what you did on this row. I'm going to pause the video and we'll come back when that's done. Okay, we're back. We've completed this row. We've moved 3 with the white, another pink, single white, a flesh tone. This is the double white band with the crossover black. Then also another flesh tone, a double white, and then this red. This red had already been completed. Now we're going to move to the middle row. We're going to start with 3 white bands from the bottom. Now 2 pink bands to finish the mouth. Another white band. 3 of that flesh tone that you're using. Double white here. And then 2 reds to finish. Okay, so now we need to move to our cross bands. You're going to start from the top. You're going to skip the first 2 rows. So we're going to skip here, we're going to skip here. I'm going to start at the level with the bell. I'm going to place 1 across just to the center 3 pins. When we move down here, just underneath the bell, we're going to go across with 2 bands. So you're going to start all the way on the left, move to the center, first to the third, third to the fifth with red. We're again going to skip this row where the hat tapers in, and now we're going to work our way down. So we're going to have 1 row of white, starting from the first pin to the third. The next 3 rows are going to be your flesh tone. These rubber bands that I'm using are a little bit stiff. They're more likely to go flying. If you use the rainbow loom bands, that'll be easier for you. Okay, so now we're moving, the last rows are going to be white, and there's going to be 4 of them. We're going to skip this very last row because we want the beard to taper in to almost a point. So we're going to do 4 more rows of white. I'm going to pause the video and we'll come back when that's done. Okay, so we finished all the cross bands. Again, starting from not the first set of 3 pins, but moving down. At the same level of the bell, you're going to move across from the second to the fourth. Everything else is going to be from the first to the third, and then over from the third to the fifth. So we have another red underneath that. Skip this row, and we move down from the white, 3 of your flesh tone, and the rest of them, with the exception of the end, which we're going to skip, are going to be white. Okay, now we're ready for the hook. We're going to flip the loom so that the arrows are now pointing towards us. You're going to take a red band, twist it, and place it on the loom here. Now you're going to start at that first pin with your hook, and you're going to move. Be very careful, you got to do this part first before we move forward. So we're going to do this first pin, we're going to move forward, then to the left, then to the right. Moving that band that we just placed on there out of the way. I'm going to move forward, then to the left, and then to the right. So we've completed, everything's clear from this first pin. Now we're going to take the center row and we're going to go straight forward to the end. Stopping at the end, we're not going to cross anything over. We're also going to go to the 4th row here and go straight forward to the end, ignoring all the crossover bands. So just take this, work your way to the end, take this, work your way to the end, ignoring these crossovers and this one at the end. Okay, I'm going to pause the video. We'll come back when that's done. Okay, we have moved forward. The center row has gone all the way to the end with the hook. The 4th row, same thing. We went straight forward all the way to the end. I have yet to cross over here. That's what we're going to work on next. We're going to finish the right side of the bracelet now. So starting from row 4, we're going to grab this bottom one and cross this over to the right. Then we're going to move forward. And we have that little zigzag here, so we're going to cross the red over to the center. From this, we're going to cross back with the white. And now we just proceed to the end of the row. Once we get to the end of this straightaway, we are going to cross over the bands at the end to finish off the right side of the bracelet. Just a few more. And now we're at that point where we're going to go to the center. So you're going to take this, hook it over to the left, take the bottom one again, and hook it over to the left. We're going to stop here. The right side of the bracelet is done. Don't forget that crossover. We crossed over, we went, this is where that zigzag was, we went straight down to the end and crossed over to the center. The next part that's tricky is going to be this hat. So we're going to actually finish the hat before we move forward. Starting from this area here, we're going to take this and move forward first. Then we're going to move to the left. And this is where our bell is at this point. We're going to move the bell first. Actually, you can take them both together. Just make sure you move the bell out of the way. So we've taken both bands together. Push this down a little bit. Now we're going to move this back up because this crisscrosses over. So we're going to take the bottom band and we're going to loop that bottom band back to the right and up a peg. So it's going here. From this point, we can take this row and extend our way straight down to the end. I'm going to pause the video here, and we'll come back when that's done. So take the red forward, take the white forward, ignore this crossover for now. Okay, We've now taken this second row and just gone straight forward with all of the bands until we got to the end. Now we're going to move to this last row. We're going to cross over first. Don't forget that crossover. If you forget that, your whole bracelet will fall apart. So reach under and grab that. And then reach under and get those last two black bands. This is a double here. White bands, I'm sorry. And move forward. And just do the same thing all the way to the end. Just continue forward. When we get to the end of this row, we're going to cross over to the right and end on that center pin. And the last one. Okay, so everything is complete. What we need to do now is pick up this end piece. I'm going to grab another band. I pass the hook through the center, grabbing all the bands together. Pull this through. Hook this on. And now we're ready to remove this from the loom. This area in the hat might get a little tricky. Just do your best to tease this off. Might even need to use the loom, the hook on the loom to pop that. And here we go, we have a Santa. Now you're just going to need to take your hook in a lot of cases and just pull the black out from the center so that it sits like this. The last thing we need to do is add our extensions. For this bracelet here, I just made it a little festive with red, green, and white. You can choose whatever color you want. For purposes of this video, I'm just going to use the white. Add as many extensions as you need. Again, about 6 to 12, usually what you need to finish off this bracelet. I'm not going to add that many right now. I'll just add 4 or 5. And then we're going to use our C-clip. One more. Take your C-clip, place it on here, and then in the center of the Santa hat, there's that red loop. Pull that up and attach your C-clip to that. And now your Santa bracelet is complete. Again, you can just take the hook and pull out the center of that eye so that the black shows through and the white's on the outside. Okay? I hope you enjoy making this. Just remember, if you're one of my patients and you decide to make this bracelet, then you can take a photo of it and put it on our Facebook page or email it to us at info@rockawayortho.com, and you'll earn a reward bonus point. Okay, we'll see you soon. Bye.